Mark Waugh, who's just joined the Betfocus team for the upcoming summer of cricket. And mate, here we are, Mark Taylor Oval. Brings back many memories for you.
Tubby Taylor, what a fantastic player. Of course, I played a lot with Tubby, played against him right here. He played for Northern Districts, hence the Mark Taylor Oval. Got a bat left-handed, do I, if I'm at the Mark Taylor Oval?
Oh, look, I do that, but mate, you're much more known for your...
You're a lefty, are you?
I am, mate. Unfortunately, can't get into it.
That's all right, mate. But no, it's great to be with Betfocus. Of course, I've just teamed up with you guys and looking forward to the racing spring carnival and the summer of cricket, the T20s and the Ashes. Wow, what a summer of cricket ahead.
Massive summer coming up. And mate, Mark Taylor, I mean, you fielded in the slips with him for more than a decade.
Did, yes.
Through every format of the game.
Yeah.
So much sledging you've obviously heard from him.
Tubby, Tubby was a gentleman, mate. He was, he couldn't get a word in because Ian Healy was next to him, and then there was Matthew Hayden or Stephen.
How good.
Or Warne or McGrath. Tubby was captain, so he had to be
on his game.
Yeah, he had to be a gentleman, a fierce competitor, but he had a good sense of humour though, Tubby, for sure.
And there's more to this ground, mate. I was reading through an old article. The groundsman here, he said you just smacked some of the panes a few times here, hitting fours, hitting sixes all over the park.
They've replaced them. They're not the old wooden pickets. They're sort of aluminium.
You broke them, mate.
But this has all changed. When I played here, that was not there. I don't know what that was, but I know
an indoor cricket centre now.
I know I hit 5-6 in one over off a off spinner. I think his name was Bruce Mills. Bowled some offies for NDs. I reckon I hit 5 up the hill into the wind that way towards the railway station.
Well, there's memories from this ground, mate. There's memories from all around the world in your cricket time, and we're going to use the next few minutes to get through a few of those.
All right, yeah, looking forward to it.
And Mark, obviously Mark Taylor, he's the one that inducted you into the Cricket Hall of Fame. Very proud achievement for yourself.
Yes, he did, that's right. A few years ago now, but I mean, there's been a lot of better players than me get inducted into the Hall of Fame, but yeah, it's always great when you're recognised by, I guess, your peers and, fellow cricket followers. So, the Australian Hall of Fame, there's been fantastic players there. And Tubby, of course, grew up with him, played with him through the junior ranks. We actually made our first class debut together for New South Wales. And then he obviously captained me a lot as well, so perfect.
Don't sell yourself short, mate. The great Sir Donald Bradman called you the most elegant and graceful cricketer of the modern era. So
I'll take that.
And I'm quoting that from your biography here. It's right on the back.
Well, they say...
We can't ignore it.
Well, it's got to be true then. They say if you can't be a good cricketer, at least look like one, so I'll take that.
Well, you've done that, mate. We've enjoyed your career. Take us through the backgrounds, mate. The parents, did they force you into cricket? Did you just pick up the bat and say, this is us? Obviously coming from the big family of brothers?
Well, I came from a sporting family. Mum and Dad were very good tennis players and squash players. Dad was a semi-professional tennis player. My uncle, so my mum's brother, Dion Bourne, captained Bankstown first grade. So that's where the cricket came in the family. Dad didn't play any cricket. My grandfather played rugby league for country. He was from Bangalore. So there was sport through the family, but we played all sports, to be honest. I think T-ball was our first sport, and then there was soccer in the winter. Obviously tennis, played a lot of tennis, some golf. But it was either cricket or soccer, one of the two. They were the two big sports for our family, and just sort of hedged towards cricket in the late teens. Just always wanted to play for Australia, wear the baggy green. Played a bit of professional soccer, so it was a bit of a choice there at one stage, but it was always going to be cricket.
You mentioned a lot of those sports there, a lot of hand-eye, baseball, your tennis, it's got to help along the way.
Yeah, definitely. Hand-eye, you need hand-eye coordination. It's a handy skill to have if you're going to hit a cricket ball. I guess, I mean, you can practice as well. You've got to be dedicated to do any good at anything. But, I mean, when it's a ball sport, you've got to be able to hit the ball. You've got to be able to catch it and bowl it. So you do need those hand-eye skills.
Well, Mark, speaking of hand-eye, mate, one of the more brilliant catches that we've ever known about in the great game of cricket. Obviously, there's going to be many that stand out, mate, but winning a World Cup with a classic catch, that's got to be pretty good.
Yes, Stu, there's quite a few that stand out. I think the one you're referring to was at Lord's.
Absolutely.
Against Pakistan. The batsman was a right-hander. I can't remember his name, but I was fielding at second slip, and there's an outside edge, and I
off you go.
Flew one-handed to dive to the right, and it stuck. There's no better feeling, I reckon, than diving and taking a one-hand catch. And at Lord's in a World Cup final, that sticks out. It probably wasn't my best catch. I reckon my best catch was in a test match at Headingley off Paul Rifle. That was a second slip, and Alex Stewart slashed one low to my right, and I dived, and it just went in right in the middle. So I reckon that was my best one. But I mean, the other one was a good one, good showpiece catch at Lord's in the final.
And just on those, I mean, you're obviously anticipating the catch. You're there, but you're coming up with a plan with these bowlers too. Was any of those predetermined?
Well, you sort of know. I mean, someone like Glenn McGrath, he's going to hit the edge of a bat.
You know where he's
more
going.
than an average bowler playing fifth grade at, wherever. So, I mean, Shane Warne, if you're feeling it slip for Warne, you know he's going to spin the ball and bowl in the right areas. So you do premeditate a little bit. And depends who's batting. If it's a good batsman, you're probably less likely to run edge. A bad one, you're more likely. So all those things come into it. But at the end of the day, you haven't got much time to react. So it's almost natural instinct when the ball comes. You just sort of move to where the ball is.
Absolutely. And in terms, you mentioned Lords there, Headingley, some great grounds around the cricketing landscape that we've got at the moment. Is there one that stands out, whether it is the home of cricket, whether it's Sabina Park, where you've obviously had some great memories as well, all your great grounds in Australia? Where are your best moments?
I mean, I love Lords. I mean, Lords is, it's a bit like Royal Ascot or, Royal Randwick or Flemington. It's just got that history and mystique about it. So Lords has got to be up there. I'm a Sydney boy, so you've got to say the SCG. I mean, it's a great mix of modern and history there. The old member stand's still there, but it's a perfect shape and size, great atmosphere. So I'm going Lords and the SCG, probably the two best. Sabina Park in Jamaica. Well, it's not much of a ground, but I know it's a ground where myself and Steve.
You make memories at the ground.
Yeah, 95, we beat the West Indies in there, so it always stands out as well.
All right, Mark, mate, dressing room chat, Ashes tours, all the cricketing tours you've been on. We don't see it there in the public, but surely you got a story for us.
Well, dressing room chat.
The grumpiest. Who's the best?
Grumpiest.
Who's the worst?
Well, the grumpiest player I probably played with is Alan Border.
Yep.
Sorry, AB, it's a bit disrespectful, but he was called Captain Grumpy, wasn't he?
There you go.
So I remember on a tour to England, we weren't playing particularly well as a county game, so it wasn't a test match, and we were going through the motions a bit. And at tea time, he said, "You blokes are disgraceful. Turn your jumpers inside out. You don't deserve to wear the Australian badge." So Captain Grumpy we're scared of him a lot of the time, but he's a great bloke, AB, and a great player as well. Annoying players, McGrath, Warne.
Sorry, guys, again, or
not Warne. Warne is normally asleep in the dressing room. I meant Merv Hughes and McGrath, the two fast bowlers, always pinging stuff at you, and Merv was always talking. He
or having a rum over the field with the spectators there. In West
where was that? But I mean, I was pretty polite in the dressing room. I just mind my business. I had the form guide out looking at the races.
Oh, Carl, I'm glad you tuned into this.
I have the form guide out. In England, it was really good because between test matches and between cities, you just get on a bus. So you're in a bus, so you're relaxing. A lot of guys are playing cards. Darren Lehman's a big card player. Other guys would be, listening to music or watching movies. So I've had the form guide out.
So who'd you have the form guide out with? Have you got your punter, the late great Shane Warne? Were they your punting mates on tour?
Well, Warne was more casino. Yeah, he didn't have much of a punt, although Warne was good friends with Lloyd Williams.
Yes.
So whenever Lloyd Williams, won a Melbourne Cup, Warne was normally on it. So that was Warne's only bets, normally with the Lloyd Williams camp.
Yep.
Punter was obviously had a stack of greyhounds, but we did have some horses together. We had a horse called Forget.
Okay.
Which won the Cameron Handicap.
Newy.
Yes. We bought it off Godolphin. I bought it online off Godolphin, and Punter was in a share in Forget. So he won a good race with us there. We'd always go to the races. Like if I remember being in Barbados.
Yep.
We went to the Barbados Cup.
Oh, good. I've not done that. I've done a lot of good race trips around the world.
Might be a photo in that book, actually, where I'm sitting in the grandstand at Barbados. You should go to the Barbados Cup, actually.
My dad did an early season tour there back in the 80s, 90s, and he's always said to me, "Stu, you've got to get there." And I've done my fair share of world cricket, but never the win.
Yeah, you'd like Barbados as well, but the track's right in the middle of suburbia, and there's people running across the track. There's the band going, the steel drums, and I was sitting up in the grandstand with Sir Garfield Sovers.
What a legend.
He was an outstanding player, obviously a generation ahead of me, but he loved the horses as well. Michael Holding, he was great mates with Sir Michael Stout in England.
Of course.
So we only had a couple of punters. It was only me and Ricky, really. Darren Lehman didn't mind the horses, but the rest of them, I don't know what was wrong with them. Yeah.
Okay, and in terms of your horses, mate, you obviously got a love for it. Have you had a favourite punting moment over your hunting career, or a favourite horse?
Yes, I have. Obviously married to a horse trainer. I remember a day at Rose Hill. Kim,
shout out to Kim Orr.
Yeah, Kim. Kim trained a horse called Majestic Feeling that come over from Hong Kong, right? And its form had tapered off, and she had it here first up. It won a couple of barrier trials, and it was in at Rose Hill on a Saturday. Johnny Grisdale rode it.
Oh, yep.
From barrier 16. No wonder it was big odds probably. But Kim said, "This horse is going really well. Don't worry about its form. It'll run a good race." and Johnny Grisdale, a pizza ride 3 deep with cover from barrier 16. And we got the chocolates, $81.
Oh,
Yeah, $81 on the giddy goat it paid. I remember it clearly. I had a bag full of cash.
It started at that, or you backed it in from 150?
No, I think it started at 81, soft 150. So that was that one. And then the Melbourne Cup, when Americane won the Melbourne Cup,
yes.
a good friend of ours, Rob Ralston, who breeds a lot of horses, owns a lot of horses, brings horses in from overseas. He told me early doors, halfway through the year, back this horse to win the Melbourne Cup. It was $101, Americane. So I got that at $101. They'd be my 2 biggest wins.
Punting and cricket, it's always a good marriage. Mate, in terms of being out there in the middle and a great race just happens to be on and you're out there representing your country, what's going through your head? Are you thinking, geez, I'd like to watch this?
Bloody tricky, I tell you.
Is there a moment that you might have just got out a minute before?
Not in a play for Australia, but there are a couple of times where, whoever did the fixture list was kidding at Cricket Australia. We had a Sheffield Shield match.
Love it.
Scheduled on Melbourne Cup Day.
Oh,
that is a joke.
What a joke.
You don't have a Sheffield Shield match on Melbourne Cup Day. Anyway, we're playing at the SCG and Darryl Hare was the umpire and he was a punter. And I knew that. I said to Darryl, I said, mate, at 3 o'clock, we've got to have an unscheduled drinks break so we can watch the Melbourne Cup.
Oh, beautiful.
So
you've
we
just
organised
that with the umpires.
We organised it. Justin Langham was batting, Mr. Serious from WA. Not much of a punter, didn't
Sorry,
he?
Justin. Geez, a few sorry,
Jay. I probably didn't even know the Melbourne Cup was on. Anyway, drinks were called and he's batting away. He goes, it's not drinks. It's not time for drinks. I said, mate, the Melbourne Cup's on. So I stopped the game to watch the Melbourne Cup on the TV, on the big screen at the SCG.
Oh, mate, that's okay. That's not a cricket swing. That's a golf swing. Yeah. Now on tour, punter, obviously one of the great golfers.
Well,
who else sticks out?
Greg Blewett.
Yeah.
Greg Blewett and Ricky Ponting.
I played with Greg, actually.
Yeah, they're sort of. I think they're around scratch. They might have got out a bit to +1.
Royal Adelaide.
-1. Or Kooyonga.
Oh, Kooyonga, lovely.
One of the two, one of those two. But punters, Punter and Bluey. But we always love golf. In fact, on the Ashes tour, Titleist gave us all a set of clubs for the whole tour. So
did they really?
Any time we weren't playing, we had them in the bus and we just go and play all the golf courses around the world. We've played some great courses. The Belfry,
beautiful.
Royal Port Rush, Sun City.
Mate.
A game at all those tracks and a team full of golfers. And Bob Simpson was a great golfer, the coach of our team originally. So we'd finished training and go and play golf.
Sticking with the golf, Mark, if you've got to have one 4-ball around the world, not just cricketers, anyone, personalities, sports people, who's in your 4-ball? 4-ball? Put you on the spot here, mate.
We've got to go a golfer, don't we?
You'd probably want one in there.
I'm going Tiger Woods.
You're going Tiger. There's some good stories there.
We'll go Tiger, yeah.
We might all learn something from this.
Yeah, Tiger. Got to be there.
What a legend.
Now you
on the spot, mate?
Is it spot? Geez,
is it other sports people? Is it your tennis players? Is it your politicians?
Yeah, no, politicians. What are you talking about? No, I'd probably go more sportsmen. Maybe comedians, but I love my tennis. So
who's on there then?
Well, I love Roger Federer, to be honest.
Let's get the greatest sports stars in the world in your 4-ball.
So I've got Tiger
and Tiger.
And Roger.
Come on.
We should go a horse person, shouldn't we?
Yeah. All the jockeys love a round of golf.
Oh, the jockeys, yeah. They're bloody little thieves, aren't they? Those little jockeys. Jockeys. Who's my favourite jockey?
That opens up for good content.
Yeah, well, I think the modern jockey. I'll tell you who we'll go with. Malcolm Johnson.
Oh, there'll be a story there too.
Miracle, yeah. And I know I'd beat him at golf. No, he's off about 11 or 12 Miracle. So I'll go on Miracle. Okay. There you go, Miracle.
So you
Malcolm.
can beat him as well. That's half the battle.
Hope so, yeah. I'd like to think so. And he goes for the Manly Seagulls too.
All right, now, rugby league. You're the Mad Doggies, man.
I am.
Interesting season. They were on top at the start, and I'm a Tiger. The old Galvin fiasco comes in, and what's your take on all that this year, mate?
Well, I mean, I
building?
Thought, mate, they played well for 3/4 of the season, and they're always in the top 4. And then at the end of the season, they just weren't quite good enough. They need to.
Fair enough.
Just got to sharpen up their attack, I think.
Need some big boys there.
A bit more grunt up the middle, but just a bit more polish with the ball.
All right.
In the final 20 metres of the field.
And what'd you make of the old Bronx taking it out this year, mate? What a run, huh?
Well, how could they win 3 games like that? I mean, I feel
sorry.
They
were gone 3 times.
I feel sorry for Ricky Stewart. I do, because I love Ricky.
Yeah, that was
the Canberra Raiders. That was cruel, but anyway, you got to take the most. If you get a bit of luck, you got to
roll with it.
You got to roll with it. And
that sport. Where's a bit of luck that you might have got one time?
What do they say? It's better to be lucky than good.
True.
In all forms of sport and punting as well.
So if you, give us an example of your cricket career. Surely you got dropped once or twice or even 3 times in an innings, and then you went, hang on, I'm going to go smash these guys and go on to get 100. Where was?
I never got dropped. I was unlucky. I feel like bad decisions.
Here we go.
I wish DRS was in when I was playing, but
worst decision you ever copped then?
Oh, geez, I reckon looking back, I reckon a dozen bad ones that were definitely not out, and probably a couple that were out, given not out. So
okay.
I did when I made 100 in Port Elizabeth off Paul Adams. You know the left arm wristy?
Of course. And
I just pushed forward one. It just flicked my glove, and they didn't.
So it did. Is that what you're saying?
I hit it, but they didn't even appeal. Yeah, I sort of that one.
Yeah. Okay. So what did you do? You stood there.
Of course, I stood there. I didn't even appeal, so I couldn't get given out, but it just flicked my glove, so I knew it. But
so that's an interesting segue then. Those blokes that might just feel something on the glove and stand there, and some just, gillies to just walk off.
No, well, I got caught taught. Got caught a few times as well.
You get caught.
I got taught to obey the umpire's decision.
Yeah.
So that's what the umpire's there for. So if he gave you out, you walk off. If he gives you not out, you stay there. That's how I got taught to play the game. So that's how I played it.
All right. And speaking of getting taught to play the game, who are you giving a shout out to from the really, really early days of your playing career? Obviously your parents.
Yeah.
They got
my brothers.
Your brothers. You're battling away in the boys at Waugh in the back garden.
Well, I played for Bankstown.
Coaches.
Bankstown Cricket Club had good players through. I think Bobby Simpson was my first real professional coach, so he's got to be there. Didn't really have any junior coaches that I took a lot of notice of, to be honest.
Self-taught.
Used to go into an indoor cricket centre in the city in Sussex Street. A guy called Barry Knight used to have this indoor cricket centre.
In Sussex Street in the city?
And they used to have bowling machines and videos, so you could watch yourself bat. I think that was the first sort of step into a bit of sort of modern coaching. Barry Knight, he's an English guy, played for Mossman first grade, might have played for England. But he had the indoor nets in the city.
Okay.
So that was it.
All right. And in terms of technique, mate, obviously you're saying you've clearly watched a lot of the videos of your technique, but if you're self-teaching yourself a bit of that back in the day, it all comes naturally to you. Your favourite shots, you're obviously known very, very well for the famous cover drives you've got, the elegance,
leg side,
leg side, the little whips.
Oh, I think, look, everyone's got their own style, no matter what you do, whether you're on camera or playing tennis or golf or cricket. There's not one style that suits everybody. So, but there's basics that you need to do well. Watch the ball, good head position, all those sorts of things. Be nice and sharp and alert, and be fit enough.
Now, speaking of shots, mate, the ramp, the new age ramp.
Yeah.
It's
clever.
I was going to throw one down.
It's clever. I'd end up hitting it in my teeth. So they got to get down really low, and then they just hit it there or there.
And where are they seeing this? It's happening bloody
it's
quick.
premeditated. Yeah. I mean, you've got to.
Is that a problem? You're finding that a problem in the youngsters these days?
In the right area, it's hard to do, but they're very skillful at it. So
premeditated shots in cricket is pretty dangerous.
I'm happy with that, but I'm more happy if they can hit a good cover drive as well.
Fair enough.
Sometimes they concentrate on those shots a little too much, but that's the modern game.
All right. Now, coming up to the Ashes, the most talked about thing in a long time in Australian cricket. It's Glenn McGrath was famous for calling the 5-0 whitewashes and things like that. We all know our bowling attack has been and is one of the greatest in the world.
Yes.
Whether Pat Cummins is there for the first test, you might have more info than us. But in terms of England, they're bringing out an amazing batting lineup. So it's their batting versus our bowling. It's obviously more than that, but that's what we've got to have a look at here.
Yep.
How excited are you for this series? It's going to be amazing. Your schedule's just crazy.
Yep.
You're going to be everywhere, so that's the best part about it.
Yeah,
in terms of an early series prediction, we're going to get into all these over the next few weeks, but where do you see it roughly at the moment?
It's tough, I tell you. But, I mean, England have been beaten 4-0 the last 3 tours out on Australian soil, but
just hate it
won't be this time. This is the best chance they've got to beat us. They've got a really good side.
It's established.
I think their coaching and their captain are both very aggressive. Brendan McCullum and Ben Stokes. So they'll attack the Australians, no doubt about it. So they could beat us with that style. But it's going to come down to the fitness, I think, of the bowlers on each team. I mean, Pat Cummins.
It's pretty big, isn't it?
Cummins. He won't. I don't think he'll play the first test and maybe not the second.
Sounds like it.
you know, that straight away is a big loss for Australia. I mean, we've got Scotty Boland who's going to replace him, but it does leave you a bit short on depth if there's another injury. So it's a big loss, Pat Cummins, because he's a big game player and he's a captain. So that's a loss for Australia. But then on the England side, you've got Jofra Archer and Mark Wood.
Great to see Jofra out here.
Two fast bowlers who are going to worry us. But how fit are they going to be? They haven't played much cricket recently. They're coming off injuries, particularly Mark Wood. Jofra Archer has played a bit of white ball cricket and bowled well. And then you've got Ben Stokes, the captain, who always seems, he's like a broken down trotter.
He just takes wickets at the right time, though, doesn't he?
He's like Powerface Adios. He's got tape all over him.
Yeah.
He's just done his shoulder, so he's coming back from a shoulder injury and he's got knee problems. But
he's a big game player.
He's a competitor. He's a big game player with the bat and the ball. He's the crucial one for England. If he plays 5 tests, England can give us a real run for our money. If he's not there for a couple of tests, then that really lessens their chances. So, you know, it's going to depend on injuries throughout the summer. But if both teams are fit and well for most of the series, I'm thinking about 2-2.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
coming down to the Sydney weather and fifth test.
I mean, there could be a draw. Something it could be. Yeah.
It could be.
I don't think it's going to be dominated by either team. Australia's batting looks a little fragile. We still don't know who's going to open.
Oh, another question. Speaking of topical conversations at the moment, the Australian openers. Marnus, is he there? Is he not? Usman's obviously stabilised there. What's your gut feel?
I'm worried about our batting order. Marnus will be in.
He's in?
He's in. He'll be. Well, I don't know if he is in, but I think he will be in. I mean, he's made hundreds, 300 or 400 in the last month or so, which selectors wanted. And to be honest, if he's in 90% of his best form, he's still in Australia's top 6 best batsmen.
Yep.
There's no doubt. I've got no doubt about that. So where is he going to bat? That is the next question. That depends on.
Well, that was my question. Where is he opening?
Well, I think he could open. I think he probably want to bat 3, but I don't know. My batting order would be Khawaja, Labuschagne. So he's opening. I'd have Steve Smith at 3. I don't think Green's a 3. I'd have him at 4. Then you've got Travis Head and Bo Webster. That'd be the 6.
That's a solid lineup.
But it could be different to that. Jake Weatherall's.
Yep.
There's a bit of talk about him opening and batting now. If he opens, then obviously Labuschagne will probably bat 3 and Smith 4 and Green 5 and 6. Who's going to be 6? I've left someone out. Anyway, Head. No, he won't be 6. He'll be 5. But it's not a great position to be in. I think the English side are a lot more settled with their batting lineup, and they've got a very powerful batting lineup. I mean, that middle order of Joe Root,
solid, isn't it?
And Harry Brook. Now, Harry Brook.
Yeah, wow, it's be exciting to see.
You remember
him.
Kevin Peterson, don't you? He was a fantastic player. South African turned Pommy. Bit of a bit soft.
That's another story.
But he reminds me of Kevin Peterson, Harry Brook. He's the real game changer in the middle.
Yep.
He's going to be very dangerous for the Australians. He's fearless.
And when he gets going, he gets big scores.
He can make 200.
Yeah.
And then you've got Ben Stokes if he's fit at 6, and then the keeper, Jamie Smith's a very, very good batsman. They've got a really strong middle order. The top order is a bit iffy, I think. You know, Duckett and Crawley. Crawley's iffy. Polly Pope, I think, is the weakness at 3. So they've got a few issues, but I think they probably front up a little bit stronger with the bat and we're a bit stronger with the ball. Well,
I like you having an opinion, and we're going to get to hear all that throughout the Betfocus summer of cricket and all other things sport.
What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, call the number on screen or visit the website.